Pressure is not the enemy of progress, it is its catalyst. Every one of us has been designed with potential, but potential means nothing until it's placed in an environment that demands its release, and that environment is often pressure. Look at the seed. It holds a forest, but its potential can only be activated when it's buried under dirt, crushed by the weight of soil, and exposed to darkness. It is pressure that transforms the seed from a buried dream into a towering tree. In the same way, the greatness within you will only emerge when life applies pressure. Let me ask you a question. Why do we fear pressure? Pressure is proof that something within you is worth squeezing out. Diamonds don't form in comfort. They are forged in heat and immense pressure. Gold isn't purified in ease, it is refined in fire. The challenges you face today are not meant to destroy you, but to refine you, to shape you, to bring out the best version of yourself. Most people pray for deliverance from pressure when they should be praying for the strength to endure it. You see, God doesn't send pressure to break you, but to prove you. Pressure reveals the strength of your foundation. When the storm comes, the house built on the rock remains standing because it was built to endure pressure. You are built for this. You have what it takes to withstand the storms of life because your foundation is stronger than the pressure you face. That pressure also introduces you to yourself. You will never know how resilient, creative, or determined you are until life presses against you. The oil doesn't flow from the olive until it is crushed. The perfume doesn't come from the flower until it's squeezed. The greatness within you will not be released until pressure is applied. Don't despise the process because the process is what prepares you for your purpose. But let me make this clear. Pressure without progress is just stress. You must channel the pressure into purpose. You must decide that you will not let the weight of life crush you, but you will use it to build something greater. Progress under pressure requires vision. Without vision, you will mistake every challenge as an obstacle. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity, think about this. A river cuts through a rock, not because of its strength, but because of its persistence. It flows consistently, applying pressure over time. And eventually the rock gives way. Life works the same way. The challenges you face will yield to your persistence. The obstacles in your path will crumble when you remain focused on your vision. Pressure is not an enemy. It is the companion of progress. Nothing in life truly reaches its full potential until it is placed under the right amount of pressure. Potential is a powerful word. It speaks of what is possible, what is hidden, what is yet to be revealed. Every single one of us was born with potential, but potential on its own is dormant. It cannot manifest unless it is placed in an environment that forces it to emerge. Pressure is the environment that unlocks potential. And think about the seed. A seed has the potential to become a tree, to create shade, and to contribute to an entire ecosystem. But as long as it sits on a shelf, it remains just a seed. It must be buried, pressed into the soil, surrounded by dirt, and left in darkness. The weight of the soil, the pressure triggers the process of transformation. Without pressure, the seed would never germinate, never grow roots, and never break through the ground. The same principle applies to us. Our gifts, talents, and abilities are like seeds. They are full of potential, but that potential will never manifest if we avoid the pressures of life. Pressure is what stretches us. It pushes us beyond the limits we thought we had. When you are under pressure, you are forced to think differently, act differently, and adapt to situations you never expected. Without that pressure, we would remain comfortable, and comfort, while pleasant, is the enemy of growth. Nobody ever grew stronger by sitting in a place of ease. Strength is developed when resistance is applied, just as muscles grow when they are pushed against weight. The pressure you feel today is not there to crush you. It is there to expand you, to stretch you, and to draw out what has been lying dormant within you. Many people spend their lives avoiding pressure. They run from challenges, avoid responsibility, and shy away from situations that seem difficult. But the truth is, when you avoid pressure, you also avoid growth. You avoid the very process that was designed to unlock your potential. Life is not meant to be lived in safety and stagnation. The most impactful people in the world are those who embraced pressure, faced it head on, and allowed it to refine them. Pressure not only activates potential, but it also reveals it. You don't truly know what you are capable of until life demands more from you than you think you can give. Look at the olive, it holds oil within it, but that oil will never flow unless the olive is crushed. Look at the coal, it has the potential to become a diamond, but it will remain coal unless it is subjected to intense heat and pressure. In the same way, the greatness within you will never emerge until you face circumstances that demand it. Pressure is not there to break you, it is there to show you who you really are. But let me ask you a question. How do you respond to pressure? Do you see it as an obstacle or an opportunity? Your perspective determines whether pressure becomes a stepping stone or a stumbling block. When you embrace pressure with the right mindset, you discover that it is not working against you, but for you. It is preparing you for the next level, shaping you for a greater purpose, and equipping you with the strength and wisdom you need to handle what lies ahead. Let me remind you of this. Everything great is forged under pressure. Gold is purified in fire. Steel is tempered in heat. Even the most beautiful pearls are formed when an oyster endures irritation and pressure from a grain of sand. Nothing valuable comes without a process, and every process involves pressure. If you are feeling pressure right now, it is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is about to grow. Something is about to emerge. Something is about to be revealed. Don't despise the pressure. Instead, lean into it. Let it shape you, refine you, and draw out the gifts within you that you didn't even know you had. Remember, the purpose of pressure is not to destroy you, but to transform you. You were built to endure it. You were designed to thrive under it. And when you come out on the other side, you will not be the same. You will be stronger, wiser, and more prepared to fulfill your purpose. The challenges you face today are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of something greater. Let the pressure activate your potential, because the world is waiting for what you have to offer. Challenges are not designed to destroy you. They are meant to refine you. Life is full of moments that seem overwhelming, moments that press against you, and moments that test everything you believe about yourself. It is in these moments, however, that the process of refinement takes place. Just as a piece of gold is refined in fire to remove its impurities, your challenges are meant to shape you into the person you were created to be. Without challenges, you would never grow, never develop resilience, and never discover the depth of your own strength. Too often, we look at challenges and think they are signs of failure or punishment. But let me ask you a question. When a goldsmith places gold into the fire, is it because the gold has no value? No, it's because the gold is so valuable that the impurities must be removed to reveal its true worth. In the same way, challenges don't signify your lack of worth. They are evidence that something greater is being prepared within you. The heat of adversity is not meant to harm you, but to refine you, to bring out the very best version of yourself. Pressure and challenges work hand in hand. When pressure comes, it reveals the areas in your life that need refining. It's easy to be confident when everything is going well, but challenges expose the weaknesses we often try to hide. And this exposure is a gift. How can you grow if you never confront the areas where you need to improve? Challenges are mirrors. They show you who you really are. They strip away pretense, pride, and complacency, leaving you with an opportunity to rebuild, refine, and refocus. Some of the greatest leaders and most impactful people in history were shaped by their challenges. They did not rise to greatness because life was easy. No, they rose because they faced their challenges, learned from them, and allowed those challenges to refine them. What you are going through right now may feel overwhelming, but remember this, the very pressure you're experiencing is preparing you for something greater. The challenge is not the end of your journey. It is part of the process that leads to your transformation. When you face challenges, it's natural to feel resistance. Resistance, however, is a sign of growth. Think about the process of lifting weights. The resistance you feel in your muscles is what makes them stronger. Without resistance, there is no growth. The same principle applies to your character, your faith, and your purpose. Challenges are the resistance that strengthens your resolve, sharpens your focus, and deepens your understanding. Every challenge you overcome adds another layer to your character, making you more equipped to handle what lies ahead. But here's the key. Your response to challenges determines whether they refine you or overwhelm you. Challenges themselves do not define you. It's how you respond to them that shapes your story. Some people allow challenges to make them bitter, while others allow challenges to make them better. The difference is perspective. When you see challenges as opportunities for growth, they lose their power to break you. Instead, they become tools that build you up. Let me remind you of this. Every challenge carries a lesson, and every lesson has the power to change your life. But you must be willing to embrace the challenge, to face it with courage, and to learn from it. Running from challenges only delays your progress. Facing them head-on is what propels you forward. Challenges are like mountains. They seem insurmountable from a distance, but step by step, you can climb them. And when you reach the top, you realize that the struggle was worth it because it brought you to a higher place. Challenges also teach you to rely on something greater than yourself. They remind you that you were never meant to carry the weight of life alone. When you feel overwhelmed, it's an opportunity to strengthen your faith, to lean into the source of your strength, and to trust that the process has a purpose. Even when it doesn't make sense, the challenges you face are part of a bigger picture, a picture that is refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for your destiny. So don't despise your challenges, embrace them. See them as the tools of refinement that they are. Remember that every great leader, every successful person, and every fulfilled individual has walked through seasons of challenge. They did not become who they are because life was easy. They became who they are because they refused to give up. The same is true for you. You are being refined. You are being prepared. And when you come through this season, you will be stronger, wiser, and more equipped to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. Pressure and challenges have a way of exposing what's truly within you. You don't really know how strong you are until you are tested. It's easy to think of yourself as capable and resilient when life is smooth, but the real measure of your strength is revealed when you face resistance, setbacks, and adversity. Pressure doesn't create strength, it uncovers it. It forces you to confront what you didn't know existed within you. Think about it. A tea bag only reveals its flavor when it's placed in hot water. Until then, it's just a bag with potential. In the same way, your inner strength and capacity remain hidden until life places you in circumstances that demand their release. You may not feel ready for the challenges you're facing, but the truth is everything you need is already within you. The pressure is simply drawing it out. Pressure and adversity do something powerful. They show you who you really are. It's in moments of challenge that you discover whether your foundation is solid or shaky. You see, strength isn't developed in moments of comfort. It's developed in moments of testing. The storms of life don't build your strength. They reveal the strength you've already built. And if you find that your foundation isn't as strong as you thought, don't despair. That realization is a gift. It gives you the opportunity to grow, to rebuild, and to strengthen yourself for what's to come. There's a story about a tree that grows in the desert. Because water is scarce, the tree is forced to send its roots deep into the ground in search of nourishment. Over time, those roots grow stronger and more extensive, anchoring the tree firmly in place. When the storms come, the tree doesn't fall because its roots are deep. The same principle applies to you. Pressure drives your roots deeper. It forces you to draw from sources of strength you didn't know you had. And when the storms of life come, you'll find that you're stronger than you ever imagined. But here's the truth many people miss. Strength is not just physical or emotional. It's also mental and spiritual. The battles you face in life often begin in your mind. Pressure tests your thoughts, your perspective, and your beliefs. It challenges you to rise above doubt, fear, and negativity. And every time you choose faith over fear, every time you choose hope over despair, you strengthen your inner resolve. Your mind becomes a fortress, and no external challenge can shake what has been built on the inside. Pressure also brings clarity. It strips away distractions and forces you to focus on what truly matters. When life presses against you, it reveals your priorities, your values, and your true character. It's easy to claim you have integrity when no one is watching. It's easy to talk about perseverance when the path is smooth. But pressure reveals whether those qualities are real or just words. And when you find that your strength isn't where it should be, you're given an opportunity to grow. One of the most beautiful things about pressure is that it doesn't just reveal your weaknesses, it also reveals your hidden strengths. You are more resilient than you think. You're more capable than you realize. Sometimes life's challenges are necessary to show you what's been lying dormant within you. There are gifts, talents, and abilities inside of you that would only emerge when the pressure is applied. Think of the olive. Until it's crushed, the oil remains locked inside. But once the pressure is applied, the oil flows freely. The same is true for you. There is greatness within you waiting to be released. When you feel the weight of pressure, remind yourself that it's not there to break you, it's there to build you. Each time you overcome a challenge, you grow stronger. Each time you persevere, you expand your capacity. What used to feel impossible becomes manageable. What once seemed overwhelming becomes just another step in the process. And as you continue to face and overcome pressure, you begin to realize that your strength is not limited, it's growing. But let me be clear, strength doesn't mean you won't feel the weight of the pressure. It doesn't mean you won't have moments of doubt or fear. Strength is not the absence of struggle, it's the decision to keep moving forward in spite of it. It's the ability to stand firm, even when everything around you is shaking. It's the courage to trust the process, even when you don't understand it. So when the pressure comes, don't resist it. Lean into it. Let it reveal your strength. Let it show you what's truly within you. And when you come out on the other side, you'll realize that the pressure didn't defeat you, it transformed you. It made you stronger, wiser, and more prepared to fulfill your purpose. Underscore, 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 underscore. Underscore, 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 underscore. Progress requires persistence and vision. It's not enough to simply face pressure or endure challenges. You must channel them toward a clear purpose. Without vision, pressure feels like punishment and challenges seem meaningless. But when you have a clear vision, every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. Every setback becomes a lesson, and every moment of pressure becomes fuel for your journey forward. Vision gives purpose to the pain and direction to your persistence. Let me ask you this, what is your vision? What do you see beyond the challenges you're facing today? Without a destination, every road looks like the wrong one. Vision provides clarity. It allows you to focus on where you're going even when the path is rough. Life has a way of throwing distractions and difficulties in your way, but vision keeps you anchored. It reminds you why you started, what you're working toward, and who you're becoming in the process. Persistence, on the other hand, is the fuel that drives you toward your vision. It's easy to have vision when everything is going well. But persistence is what keeps you moving when the road gets tough. Think about water flowing over a rock. The rock is solid, immovable, and seemingly indestructible. But the persistence of water flowing day after day eventually wears the rock down. Persistence doesn't rely on sudden bursts of effort. It's about consistent, steady progress, no matter how small. Every step forward matters. Even when it feels like you're not making much progress, persistence ensures that you're still moving in the right direction. Pressure will test your persistence. It will push you to your limits and challenge you to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. But persistence is where real growth happens. It's in the moments when you feel like giving up that you must dig deep, remember your vision, and take just one more step. That step might feel small, but it's significant. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every day even when it's hard and trusting that each effort is bringing you closer to your goal. Vision and persistence work hand in hand. Vision gives you a reason to endure the pressure, and persistence gives you the strength to move toward the vision. Without persistence, even the clearest vision will remain unrealized. And without vision, persistence feels like wandering in the dark. Together, they create a powerful force that turns challenges into opportunities and pressure into progress. Pressure has a way of clouding your vision. When you're in the middle of a storm, it's easy to lose sight of where you're going. The weight of the moment can make you forget why you started in the first place. That's why it's so important to keep your vision in front of you. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Remind yourself of it every day. Your vision is your guide, your compass, and your anchor. It keeps you focused on what truly matters, even when everything else seems uncertain. Persistence, however, requires discipline. It's not just about motivation, because motivation comes and goes. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation fades. It's waking up every morning and choosing to take the next step, even when it's hard. It's about making the decision to keep going, no matter how slow the progress may seem. Persistence is not flashy or dramatic. It's quiet, steady, and relentless. And it's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Let me remind you that progress is not always visible. Sometimes it feels like you're standing still, but beneath the surface, things are shifting. Seeds take time to grow. Roots spread before the tree appears. Persistence is trusting the process, even when you can't see the results yet. It's believing that every small effort is contributing to a greater outcome. When you have vision and persistence, pressure becomes a tool rather than a threat. It pushes you to think creatively, to adapt, and to grow. It forces you to find new ways to move forward when the old ones no longer work. And in doing so, it strengthens you. Every challenge you overcome, every step you take, and every ounce of pressure you endure is building the foundation for your success. So don't let the weight of the moment discourage you. Keep your vision clear and keep moving forward. Persistence is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And even when the journey feels long, remember that every step is progress. You don't have to take giant leaps every day, just don't stop moving. The pressure you feel today is preparing you for the progress you'll see tomorrow. Vision gives you the direction, and persistence ensures you get there. Stay focused, stay determined, and trust the process. Pressure is temporary, but progress is eternal. One of the most important truths you need to remember when facing challenges is that the struggles of today are not permanent. Pressure may feel overwhelming in the moment, but it has a purpose, and its effects are not meant to last forever. The progress you achieve, however, will outlive the pressure. It is the lasting result of your perseverance, your vision, and your determination. When you're under pressure, it's easy to believe that it will never end. The weight of the moment can feel crushing, and the challenges can seem insurmountable. But pressure, by its nature, is temporary. Just like storms, it comes and goes. It doesn't stay forever. What remains after the storm passes is what truly matters. The lessons you learn, the strength you gain, and the progress you make are what endure. Think about the refining process of gold. When gold is placed in the fire, it undergoes intense heat, but the fire doesn't last forever. Once the impurities are burned away, the gold emerges purified and more valuable than ever. The fire was temporary, but the result is permanent. In the same way, the pressure you're facing right now is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for what's next. It's not meant to destroy you, but to transform you. One of the reasons pressure feels so heavy is because we tend to focus on the immediate pain rather than the ultimate purpose. When you shift your perspective and focus on the progress you're making, the pressure becomes more bearable. You begin to see it as a process, not a punishment. Progress is the evidence that the pressure is working for your good. It's the proof that you're moving forward even when it feels like you're standing still. But let me be clear, progress doesn't always look the way you expect it to. Sometimes it's small and subtle. Sometimes it's hidden beneath the surface like the roots of a tree growing deeper into the soil. Just because you can't see immediate results doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Every moment you endure, every challenge you overcome, and every step you take contributes to your growth. Progress is not always obvious, but it is always present. Pressure has a way of forcing us to prioritize what truly matters. It strips away distractions and reveals what's essential. It helps us focus on the things that have lasting value. The temporary struggles fade away, but the character you develop, the strength you gain, and the wisdom you acquire remain with you forever. Pressure may feel like a heavy burden, but it's also a tool that chisels away what doesn't belong, leaving behind a masterpiece. Progress under pressure also teaches you resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, to recover, and to keep moving forward no matter what comes your way. Every time you push through pressure, you build your resilience. You prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought, that you can handle more than you imagined, and that you have what it takes to succeed. Resilience is not something you're born with, it's something you develop through experience. And the more pressure you face, the more resilient you become. It's important to remember that pressure often accompanies growth. When a caterpillar is transforming into a butterfly, it experiences pressure within the cocoon. It must struggle to break free from the confines of its transformation. But that struggle is necessary. Without it, the butterfly's wings would never develop the strength needed for flight. In the same way, your struggles are preparing you for something greater. The pressure you're facing now is equipping you with the strength and capacity to soar in the future. One day you will look back on the challenges you're facing now and realize they were necessary for your growth. You'll see how the pressure shaped you, refined you, and prepared you for opportunities you couldn't have handled before. The progress you're making under pressure is setting the foundation for your future success. It's building the character, discipline, and resilience you need to fulfill your purpose. So don't lose heart when the pressure feels intense. Remind yourself that it's only temporary. The struggles of today will pass, but the progress you make will last forever. The pressure is shaping you into the person you were created to be. It's pushing you to grow, to adapt, and to rise to new levels. And when the pressure lifts, you'll realize that it wasn't the end, it was just the beginning of something greater. In closing, remember that pressure is not your enemy, it is your opportunity. It is the catalyst for growth, the fire that refines, and the force that reveals your strength and purpose. Challenges may test you, but they will not defeat you if you choose to rise above them. Embrace the process, trust in the journey, and keep your vision clear. Progress is your destiny, and every step you take under pressure is shaping you into the person you were created to be. So no matter how heavy the weight feels, know that it is temporary, and what you're building within yourself will last forever. Believe in your ability to grow, stay persistent, and remain anchored in the truth that you are capable of achieving greatness. You were created not just to survive pressure, but to thrive under it and come out stronger, wiser, and ready for the future that awaits you. Thank you for allowing me to share this message with you today. May you continue to move forward with courage, determination, and faith. Good luck on your journey, and may every challenge you face lead to your greatest victories. Thank you.